What specifications should I consider when purchasing a laptop for a scanner?
The first question addresses the computer specification required for using a scanner. We've already answered two questions on computer specification in our very first webinar. In this session, we will look at two more questions regarding computer specification that were asked recently. Over the past year, there were big changes in specification and prices of computers, and accordingly, the best computer to buy has also changed. It seems that one of our webinar fans, Dr. Ismail, is planning to buy a new computer. He posted the specification of an MSI computer and asked for opinions. Let's discuss together what kind of computer we can recommend. Let's take a close look at the spec he posted. He seems to be looking for a new computer for his i700 scanner. It's a 17-inch MSI laptop with a Ryzen 9 CPU with 64GB RAM. It's a high-performance computer that anyone would envy. Then should Dr. Ismail be concerned about buying this computer? He might be worried about whether the CPU and memory can perform sufficiently with the scanner. AMD CPUs are known to work well with Magic scanners, and 64GB of RAM would be more than enough. Then how would the AMD Ryzen 9 perform in the scanner compared to Intel CPU? This is what you first need to look at. The computer brand might be another concern. One of my current laptops is from MSI and is very cost effective when compared to other brands with the same spec. Let's talk about if there is a best brand. Then how would I answer this question? As I always bring up in our webinar, I suggest Alienware, which is a high-end Dell computer. I've been using my Alienware computers for over 3 years, and I'm starting to want a new computer, but my current one just won't break. This means that Alienware computers are very durable. That's why I stick to the Alienware brand, even though it's a bit more expensive. Chen, if you were to buy a computer, which one would you choose?
Of course, I would choose area wear as well. Dr. J used prefer buying reasonably priced products, but we experience cheaper computers causing frequent blue screen error, which was very frustrating. And since it's your money and not mine, I would definitely go with area wear.
I agree with you. I want all viewers to know that we are not sponsored by Alienware, but I believe that the most important factor when buying a laptop is not just specs, but whether it's capable of high and stable performance. To me, when a computer is stable, the money is justified. To find an answer, we spoke to Medit about computer specs, considering both performance and price. Based on that, we put together a computer purchasing guideline that we'd like to share with you all. Let's watch the solution video.
What's the sweet spot for the price of a scanning computer? How much would you spend? Of course, more expensive computers typically offer better performance. But as we know, price and performance is not a linear relationship. When buying a computer, we are looking for the sweet spot where money gets us the optimal performance without spending too much. This would depend on what you intend to use the computer for. So, what would be the ideal specs for a computer that's needed for a Medit scanner? Let's look at the best value on the market for those needing to purchase a computer for scanning as of October 2024. Before selecting a computer, we want to suggest some criteria to help make a reasonable choice. Not too expensive. First, we believe the computer's price should not exceed $1,500 US. Although prices may vary by brand, finding the optimal configuration within that budget range is today's mission. Future-proof. Another condition is that the computer should have specifications robust enough to avoid the need for upgrades for at least 3 years. Since replacing parts in a laptop is not easy for those who are not computer experts, we need to find a computer that can be used exclusively for scanning over the long term after purchase. Reliability. Lastly, the stability of the hardware system and ease of after-sales service are crucial. It should be durable and reliable to minimize breakdowns, but if any issues do arise, it's important to ensure repairs can be completed quickly. This minimizes downtime and ensures continuous use of the scanner. The Medit support team responded by sharing a link to the recommended PCs listed on the Medit website. Let's review the specifications and prices of those in the chart. Various brands are listed, and they appear to have been selected based on specifications from at least 1 year ago. After speaking with Medit, we learned that these computers were chosen because they were tested to maintain a rate of at least 70 frames per second during scanning. Therefore, even at the present day, these laptops should still perform well when used for scanning. Among them, we looked up the price of HP computers, which are known for their decent pricing. Based on prices from Korean retailers and Amazon, all were under 1,500 USD, meeting our desired price range. Other laptop brands were found to be similarly priced. Medit has assured me that they have optimized their programs to run smoothly on most devices equipped with Intel's 12th generation processors and beyond. When we talk about computer specifications, there are 3 main components to consider: the CPU, RAM, and graphics card. According to Medit, the importance of CPU specifications has significantly decreased compared to the past. For example, Dr. Zhang purchased a desktop equipped with an i9-9900 processor for almost 2,000 USD about 5 years ago, which at that time was the best that money could buy. Back then, higher CPU specs directly translated to faster scanning speeds, justifying such a significant expense if you are looking for the best performance. However, this is no longer the case. While there may still be some speed differences in complex tasks like full-mouth scanning, for most workflows a 13th 8th generation i7 processor and 32 gigabytes of RAM are sufficient for smooth operation. Therefore, there is no longer a need to buy the most expensive PC. Although Dr. Zhang is a computer enthusiast who tends to purchase the best and most expensive PCs available, he now recognizes that this is not necessarily a rational choice for a computer dedicated to scanning. Through their recent communication with Medit, Dr. Zhang learned that unlike a few years ago, there is now a wider range of PC specifications that can achieve optimal scanner performance. There has been an age-old debate over who makes the best CPU, Intel or AMD. In Dr. Ismail's question, he asks about a laptop with AMD's top-tier Ryzen 9, but Dr. Zhang recommended Intel's 14th generation CPUs. So, which is the right choice? Dr. Zhang directly asked Medit for the answer to this question. Medit said that, in the past, AMD CPUs offered much better performance than Intel for the same price. However, as AMD CPUs prices have risen, Intel now provides over 20% better performance when compared at the same price level, specifically for scanning tasks. From Dr. Zhang's experience comparing multiple PCs, Intel seemed superior, and this impression was confirmed by Medit, who provided a similar response. While both AMD and Intel processors get the job done, Intel provides an edge in price to performance ratio as of the making of this video. Another key consideration for users is the graphics card. Upgrading just one tier in graphics card specifications can lead to a significant price increase, making this a critical decision when purchasing a computer. While going one tier higher in CPU might increase the cost by less than $200, a similar upgrade in a graphics card can result in an increase in price of roughly $500 or more. After consulting with Medit, Dr. Zhang received an encouraging response. As of October 2024, a graphics card like the RTX 4060, which is often included in gaming laptops, is sufficient for scanning tasks. Higher performance graphics cards are only necessary for high-end gaming and are not required for Medit users. In summary, for those looking to purchase a computer for scanning, a gaming laptop with an Intel i7 13th generation or higher CPU, 32 gigabytes of RAM, and an RTX 4060 graphics card or higher would be a suitable choice. Lastly, it's important to address the issue of brand selection. The computer market in Korea is very competitive, featuring a variety of brands for consumers to choose from. Direct comparisons can be difficult. There is no overall consensus over what the best laptop brand is. This means there is no one single brand that is the best for scanning. Then, are high-end brands necessary for scanning? A user pointed out that Alienware products are more expensive than other brands of similar builds. As Dr. Zhang has mentioned multiple times on Facebook and in the webinars, he is a huge fan of Alienware computers. But is it really worth paying over $300 more for Alienware? Since Dr. Zhang enjoys playing games as a hobby, he notices Alienware provides a more stable gaming experience compared to other computers he has used. As such, he is willing to invest more in Alienware products. He believes that the stability is attributed to Alienware's patented cooling system. However, this is just anecdotal from Dr. Zhang's. But what does Medit have to say about this? Medit's response was as expected. As long as it is a gaming laptop, there isn't a significant difference between brands. However, they did note some distinctions. Certain manufacturers may configure their systems to protect the laptop by not running at full capacity during high-performance tasks, which can make the performance feel slower. Medit explained that MSI, which was the brand in question, is a good choice. They listed MSI among their top recommended PC list because, while relatively affordable, they are configured to run at 100% performance by default, offering an excellent price-to-performance ratio. In conclusion, analyzing Dr. Ismail's proposed laptop shows that the CPU specifications are actually more than adequate. However, based on Medit's advice, opting for a product with slightly lower-priced Intel CPU from the same manufacturer would be a more reasonable choice. While Dr. Zhang's recommendation of a high-end Alienware product has its unique benefits, it may lead to unnecessary spending, and users do not need to stretch their budgets excessively for the highest-end models. Ultimately, the choice of computer is a personal one, and it's very situational. The best computer is very subjective. But remember that as Medit scanners become more optimized, purchasing the most expensive PC is no longer a necessity. Hopefully, this video provides valuable insights for those looking to buy a scanning computer in the future. This answers question number 1.